Okay, so as I just stated, for the non-podcast people, we are going to correct the work problems on Monday we get back. Test is on Wednesday when we get back. So 2 days in class, 1 day test day, Wednesday. It's going to be a harder test than the quiz because there's work problems on it and a few other sections, including this one, more than one triangle. So if you're not done or you didn't get the message, get all that homework done on page, what was it, 18? Work problems? 18? 19. So page 19, that all needs to be done if for some reason you're not done those 3 questions that I signed yesterday. Okay, more than one triangle. Most of you could get this question, and when I say this question, it's the question you can't see yet. So we're going to call it example 0. Go ahead and write it down on a separate piece of paper. Even if even if we didn't do it, however, it's in the curriculum, so let's teach it. So in 2 triangle questions, it's usually a 2-stepper. Sometimes a 3-stepper, but the 3rd step is like 10 subtract 7. So when you see 2 triangles, expect that you can't do it right away. For example, so write this question down, please. We've got 8.8 meters as this hypotenuse, 5.6 meters as this side, 33-degree angle. Sorry that it's not writing perfectly. And before we teach it, like I said, some of you are going to even know how to do it already. So I'll let you think about it first. Digest for a minute-ish, probably more than a minute, and then we'll tackle it together. It's easier to tackle together. Let's all pray. Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. You guys have a happy, safe break. Find some renewed hobbies. Relax. Don't study. There'll be no homework in math. Never assign homework during holidays. That's for your time, your soul time. Say some prayers for people you know and don't know every night, every day. You don't have to be on your knees praying beside your bed. You can pray anywhere. A couple of my favorite places to pray were on the treadmill and on the boat, and when I went to Motion Fitness in the steam room. Pray anywhere. Just pray and help others and help yourself. Don't forget about yourself, though. God got your back. Having said that, let's pray for somebody we know or don't know. I will pray for all the doctors and nurses, healthcare workers, frontline workers. Everyone gets vaccinated and stay safe. For this we pray to the Lord. Lord, hear our prayer. I need one guy, one girl. Personal intention, pray for somebody you know or don't know. Thank you. Awesome grandma, so that means what reason why I love doing this is that means we all can think about our grandmas right now and pray for them. And we pray that all the grandmas in the world are healthy and happy and pain free. For this we pray to the Lord. Lord, hear our prayer. One more. Thank you.
For our friends who have been giving us advice from Tudor Manor.
Perfect. Pray for the elderly in Tudor Manor and all the other senior homes, not just in Okotoks, but around the world. God, give them health and happiness and pain-freeness, and maybe a renewal on their hobbies. For this we pray to the Lord. Lord, hear our prayer. Anybody else? Morning. All right. No problem. Lumberjacks are busy, probably working all day chopping trees. All right, let's go and tackle this guy. Amen, amen, amen. So what we can't do is we can't just go to this X right away because there's not enough information on the green triangle. There's only an angle. There's nothing else. So we can't solve for X. However, if we use the red, who I'll call Clifford, we can find a side on the green triangle and underline where it says common side. This is the common side. Okay, this side is a side of both triangles. So that's the one you're going to have to find. Don't call it X though, please. This one's already called X, so don't call this an X. Call it a Y. And now how are we going to get this side when we know two other sides? Somebody? Thank you. Good. Addition or subtraction? Subtraction. Perfect. So get your calculators out and do some Xbox stuff. You do it with me. I'll do it up here. Remember, when you get stuck on the test or a homework question, if you can't figure out where the sign goes, you can. Here's Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem is the one that doesn't have an angle. You have two sides and you're finding the third side. So second square root 8.8 x squared subtract 5.6 x squared. Hut, hut, hut. That's wrong. So I could put 87, but take a peek at these sides. 8.8 and 5.6. This one's probably not 87. It's not even the biggest one. Tell me.
Because you put 88 squared.
Yeah. I hit the decimal point, but I didn't hit it hard enough. Thank you. So, that happens, and don't write down a ridiculous answer that you should catch. So 6.8, we're not going to put 6.8 because that's not our answer. Our answer is over here. That's not what we found. So, I'm glad I did this. We're going to put 6.79 and round it to 2 decimal places or more, so we don't round our answer before we round our other answer, and we might be a tenth off. So if you round this and then round this, you might get the answer 25.2 when the actual answer is 25.1, and you'll lose a half a mark. If you keep 2 decimals, you'll get full marks every time. If you keep 1 decimal and you still get the right answer, well, I'm going to mark it right. But I'm just saying there's a 1 in 5 chance that you're going to get an answer that doesn't show up, or it shows up on the multiple choice but it's wrong. So please write down, do not round until final answer. For in university we just keep it as that radical probably. Number 2, let's go green. So this, we found this now. We found y, so now we can do opposite hypotenuse. Sine of 33. I'm going to put y over x. You don't have to put y. I'm just showing you where the 6.79 came from. You can put y equals 6.79 because it is distance. I'm going to just, if it's a Pythagorean theorem question, that's when I'm going to look to see if you put that. So if you didn't put it on solving triangles yesterday, on yesterday's quiz, that's okay. But if it's a Pythagorean theorem question all by itself, you need to put that because we talked about that, right? So this is 6.79 divided by x. And then we cross multiply. X sine 33, Roger Craig. 6.79. Now it's a two-stepper. Divide by sine 33. And now we round because it's our final answer. So what is 6.79? Now the other thing I would do is I would just keep this answer and divide it by sine 33. That's more what you would do in university. And then it's not rounded at all. So 12.5, but if we use this, that's good enough for grade 10 for me. Keep 2 decimal places. you get 12.5. Not too much of a difference. Don't forget to put meters. You don't want to do all this work and then lose marks because you didn't put meters. That'd be so badly. I was gonna scream. I'm not in the mood. I'm a calm puppy kind of guy. Again, probably a lot of you could do this just by looking at it and figure out that, yeah, I have to do 2 steps here. Your turn. I want you to try this one. What's the length of PQ? We talked about what PQ means. What do you have to find, everybody? Everyone see what PQ is? The length from P to Q. You have to find how long that is. Okay, so try it on your own before we tackle it. Podcast people, pause, and welcome. Okay, back in black, Barker Wise, and charcoal pants, black shoes. Anybody have an idea on how to find PQ? What that your idea? Talk. Yep. Good job, Grandpa. Well said, too. Okay, so you have to find this called as X, and then you got to find this that's called as Y, and then add them together. Good job. So I'm going to leave you with that. Okay, so this is a 3-stepper. Find X using the left triangle, or the red triangle, which doesn't look very red to me. Second step is use the green triangle and find Y. Third step, add them together. PQ equals X plus Y. Alright, you go ahead and do that. It's good practice, good trick practice. Pause if you're on the podcast. I'll give you 2.5 more minutes to finish it off. That was brilliant, Ethan. Friendly reminder, don't round this, don't round this. You need 2 decimal places for both, and then round PQ at the end. So don't round until you're talking about the final answer, my friends. Alright, while you're going, I'm going to say tan of 41, opposite. Is that 7.4? Thank you. Divided by X. Cross multiply. You got another 2-stepper? You got a 2-stepper within a 3-stepper? What the heck? I didn't sign up for this. Yeah, you did. You're a great dad. You certainly signed up for that. Divide by tan 41, and someone give me that to 2 decimal places, please. Thank you. Oh, over there. Is that what you said? Perfect. And then similarly, you go ahead and do green using tan again. So tan 38 equals 7.4.
Actually, that's a 5.
Okay. No problem. What was your X answer? For X. Pardon? 5.1? Good. Okay. Thank you. And then, that looks like a very bad Y. Y tan 38 equals 7.4. Divide by tan 38. And talk to me. Amy, you might just talk to me again for the Y part. Say 6.7, 4.7. Check. Yep. And then grand finale. So we want PQ. Again, you have to know what PQ means. You can't put your hand up and say, Mr. Joe, what's PQ? It's the distance from P to Q. I'll say you have to know that. And you'll get it, so just keep thinking. Okay. Grand finale answer. 18.0 centimeters. So that was different than yours, so is it 18.0? Okay, we have to round the nearest tenth. So which one's the nearest tenth? If you add these up, so 8.51, so 17.98. 17.898 has to round to 18.0. Okay, good question. I even like the rounding part as a grand finale. So we have to round 9. How do you round a 9? You make it 10. Or you make 79 into 80 if you want to talk about it that way. Okay. 20-stepper, don't round to the very last step. Oh, I'm embarrassed. That looks so messy. Oh, my mom doesn't watch this podcast. Or my wife. I'll be sleeping on the trampoline. Minus 25. Triple Duke. Alright, let's go to example 2 and talk about part of the side. Yeah, you won't see a lot of these, but you might see one, and it's going to be one of the hardest questions on your test. So we'll start it. But not to get too overwhelmed. Look at how much hair I have. I better get a haircut. Except for that, should be way over here. It's 6'5", just in case you can't see me on the podcast. I'm very tall. With a very large amount of hair. Okay, that's not true. Here's a shampoo bottle, lasts me 7.2 years. But it's great. I don't have to spend money on shampoo. If you can do this, as I was saying before, if you can do that, you can do this. Okay, so what does x equal here? Somebody, everybody, say it like a golfer. Like a golfer. Good. Okay. 4. I've said that many times. That means I'm about to kill you. Please duck. Yeah, if you can do this, you can do this. Okay, so if you're finding part of a side, which we are, they're going to ask you for this. Actually, I'm going to use the same color, the blue. We're going to find the big side, RQ. This is great when I have different colors. We're going to find RQ by using sine cosecant, and then we're going to find RP by using sine cosecant. We can't use this triangle to find PQ because it's not a right triangle. And we don't know sine law, cos law yet. So we're going to be finding two sides and then subtracting them, just like you did on this easy example. So write this down, please. Don't just look at it. This helps you do this question. So x equals 10 subtract 6. 4. Sorry. Didn't mean to. I was aiming way over there. Stupid game. Yep.
If we make it a big triangle, if we added the degrees together and just use the same formula, and then got the full dot, and then divided it by 2.
Okay, good. That's our first step, but you can't divide it because it's not exactly half. But very good try. It's very close to being half. It's 43 degrees, but not 45 degrees. Good brain work there. Okay, let's go first step, second step, third step's going to be subtract. Also worth noting what I wrote down while I typed. You need to find part of a side, find two sides, and then subtract them. Large side, subtract small side. Okay? So we're going to find green first. Now, there's two ways I can do this of writing this exact same triangle. Go ahead and write this down. So this one says 31 and 12. I could also write it as 31 as this arc, and then the double arc I could write down as 43. It's kind of hard with a small triangle, sorry. Two notations. There, that's, forget the small triangle. So I could say this is 31, and then I could do a double arc and say that double arc is 43. It's the same thing as this, just a different notation. So you have to understand what this 12 and 43 is. Is this 12 both of those angles combined, or is it just that little sliver? In this case, it's the little sliver. On the case I just double arced, it means from here to here is 43 degrees. So there could be a couple ways of drawing this diagram. Let's get on with it already. This means this angle, we add them up. So 31 plus 12 is 43. We're going to use tan of 43 equals, we could put RQ, I'm just going to put x over the adjacent side, 6.3. Okay, everyone understand that? If you use the big triangle, if you want to just write down big triangle, just so that you can remember in June when you're studying for your exam, that's what you're doing there. Now we cross multiply, yay, one stepper, haha. I'm so lazy. And then 6.310, 43 on your calculator. You can leave it on your calculator, like I said, in university, but in grade 10 high school, I'll say 2 decimal places is good enough, and then that lets me know that you're not rounding till the very end. So, well, you are, but not linear as 10. 5.87. You can put units if you want, so you don't forget them. And then 2Z, you do not use the 12. Again, that triangle is not a right triangle. Sorry, and we're not using blue, we're using black. Hey, black actually showed up today. We're using RP, so we're using the 31 degree triangle now. So tan of 31, my old high school football number, equals, I could put RP or I could put Y if I want, divided by 6.3. You wouldn't put small s because big S is right there. I guess you could put small s for your x if you wanted to. Anyways, don't need to worry about notation too much on our first question, I guess. Let's talk straight on the process. Everyone punch that in. Do not round yet. After you do that, add those two up and get a final answer. You're done? If you guys are done your class, just let me know. Thank you. I need that as well. Cheers. So 6.3, 10, my old high school football number. I get the decimal in there. 3.79. And then third step, the funnest step, if funnest is a word, is I ask for PQ. So PQ equals x subtract y equals 5.87 subtract 3.79. You get 8, 0, 2. And there's 10th. What's the answer? 2.1. Thank you. Centimeters. Star that one. Like I said, that's going to be one of the harder questions on the test. But if you can do this one, you can do this one. That's the grade 4 version. That's the grade 10 version. You're in grade. Show me with your fingers. And like that, jazz hands. Okay, homework. You have none on this page, so I'll give you 3 questions. Podcast, write that down. Pause it if you haven't written that down yet. If you have, go ahead and write these down. These are your homework questions, but you don't have homework, just do as many as you can in the next. Oh, you got a lot of time. 13 minutes. Okay, A. Some are going to be common side questions. There's probably going to be one that's part of a side question that we just did. 60, 65, B. Maybe leave yourself some room so you can do them. Math is fun, triangle. So this is a 30-degree angle. I made the 10 degrees a little bigger. This, from here to here, is a 40-degree angle. Find, obviously find x in A, but in B, find IM, part of a side. And maybe I can get another one on the screen, but it's going to be a smaller triangle. Nope, I'm going to put C right here because it looks cool, a little Picasso-y. And a 25 degree and a 55 degree. That's not going to work with this smartboard. Yay. What do I need? 25? That's about like that. Okay, so there's 25. There's 55. There's 30.1 muchachos. This is triangle math. And find. What do you think I'm going to ask you to find here? Yep. Good job. AH. And it'll be, yep, find the whole bottom part. We did one like that. Except for I need to give you this 11.1 muchachos. Okay, so this angle is 25. This angle is 55. Sorry if you can't read it. Very good. And do as many as you can. Homework. This holiday. This week off is there's no homework. Play Monopoly. Play cards. Do a puzzle. Learn the guitar. Yeah, I got some squinty eyes, yeah. 55 and 25.
What's the angle on A next to the...
60?
Yes.
65. God bless, awesome day. No homework. God bless your break, podcast people.